Welcome to this Tutor to You Sociology topic video for GCSE Sociology. In this video we're going to look at another classic text, this time Learning to Labour by Paul Willis. Paul Willis's Learning to Labour is a famous sociological study published in 1977. It explores why working class kids often end up in working class jobs. Willis wanted to understand how schools contribute to this cycle, and his work is considered as a classic in sociology and gives us deep insights into the relationship between education and social class. Willis approached his study from a neo-Marxist perspective. Neo-Marxism builds on the ideas of Karl Marx, who believed that society is divided into classes based on their relationship to work and wealth. Neo-Marxists focus on how cultural and social factors, alongside economic ones, maintain these class divisions. Willis was particularly interested in how culture, especially in schools, affects the opportunities and choices of working class kids. Willis used a qualitative research method called ethnography, which involves observing and interacting with people in their natural environment. He spent 18 months in a British secondary school, observing and interviewing a group of 12 working class boys, whom he called the lads. He closely watched how they behaved in school, their attitudes towards education, and their interactions with teachers and other students. This in-depth approach helped him to understand their perspectives and their experiences. One of Willis's key findings was that the lads had developed a counter-school culture. This means they had rejected the school's values and rules, seeing them as pointless and oppressive. Instead, they valued their own norms, such as having a good time, resisting authority and showing toughness. This culture helped them to bond as a group and resist what they saw as the school's attempts to control them. Although the lads resisted school authority, Willis found that their behaviour actually ended up reproducing class inequality. By rejecting education and embracing a counter-school culture, they limited their own future opportunities. They were more likely to end up in low-paying manual jobs, just like their parents. This showed how even acts of resistance could inadvertently support the existing social order. The lads in Willis's study saw manual work as a key part of their identity. They valued physical labour and believed it was more honest and real compared to the mental work associated with higher status jobs. This view influenced their attitudes towards school. They saw academic success as irrelevant to their future lives. Willis argued that schools play a significant role in socialising students into their future roles in society. For the lads, school was not a place of learning and advancement, but a site of struggle and resistance. This process helped prepare them for the kinds of jobs they would likely have, reinforcing the existing class structure. One criticism of Willis's study is its small sample size. He focused on just 12 boys from one school, which makes it hard to generalise his findings to all working class boys, or all schools. Some argue that a larger and more diverse sample would provide a more comprehensive picture. Critics also suggest that Willis might have romanticised the boys' resistance to school. By focusing on their defiance, he may have downplayed the negative consequences of their actions, such as limiting their future opportunities and reinforcing class inequalities. Some believe that his admiration for their rebelliousness overshadowed a more balanced view of their behaviour. Another criticism is that Willis's study only looked at boys, ignoring how girls experience and respond to the education system. Later research has shown that gender plays a significant role in shaping students' experiences and attitudes towards school. By not including girls in his study, Willis missed an important aspect of how education affects social mobility. Since Willis conducted his study in the 1970s, some argue that his findings might not be as relevant today. The education system and labour market have changed significantly since then, and these changes could affect the dynamics that he observed. More recent studies are needed to see if his conclusions still hold true. Paul Willis's Learning to Labour provides a powerful analysis of how working class kids end up in working class jobs, despite their resistance to the school system. By studying the lads and their counter-school culture, Willis highlighted the complex ways in which education can reproduce social class inequalities. Although his work has faced criticisms, it remains an influential text in sociology, encouraging us to think critically about the role of schools in society. This study shows how cultural attitudes and behaviours can shape our futures and underscores the importance of education in influencing individuals' life chances. That concludes this Tutor to You Sociology topic video for GCSE Sociology, looking at the classic text Learning to Labour by Paul Willis. Thanks for watching.